Hey, can everybody hear me?
You're good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Hey, there is no media present, so I've got Tolu and DJ for you guys. We'll start questions with Paul Jones, and then we'll go to Jack, and then after that, we'll hop in. So these guys will sit together.
Hey, what's up? What up with y'all? What up with y'all? Whoa. Yeah, y'all like I kept. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Paul looking comfy over there. Yeah, he look good. They go sleep over there.
Tolu, just kind of take us through what you saw in that second half. You were on the bench when you guys made that long run. Just what was that like seeing that from your teammates?
Man, I was so ecstatic and I'm so happy that everybody's making shots and defending and rebounding. I was just excited for my team, man.
Jack, go ahead. If you've got one, keep going with Paul, and then we'll go to Joel Coleman.
DJ Tolu, you guys have been really great defensively as a team these first two games. I guess, how has Coach Jans kind of pushed that on you guys so far this season?
Since day one, since coming in, he been making defense our focal point. So that's what he wanted us to do. We go out there and pressure people and beat them with our defense and let defense create our offense. So this is what we did tonight. I know we started off a little slow, but in the second half, we finally got out there and got a couple kills, and we took off from there.
Paul, go ahead.
Yeah, Tolu, what did you see from them early on? Obviously, I mean, you had a size advantage over their guys, and pretty much everybody did on y'all's team. But what was making things so easy for you to score in the paint?
I just say it was my teammates. Just give me the ball in the right spots, and then just me making the right reads, trying to play through the double team. They sent that double team pretty early, so just trying to make sure I made the right reads. And I had a couple bad turnovers, but I just got to work on it.
Joel, go ahead and hop in there, buddy. Joel, unmute yourself.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Joe.
All right, good deal. DJ, totally for both of you guys. You guys, fall behind by a point there early in the second half, and then really get on that run. I guess just for both of you, in your eyes, what kind of keyed that run? Do you feel like that? You guys didn't get down on yourselves, but you just kept fighting and really pulled away.
The game of basketball, the game of runs. And like I told the guys in timeout, I was like, they just gave us their best point. They gave us their best point, so we got to keep pushing. Like, we knew that we was the better team, so we just got to come out there and respond to adversity. So that's what we did. We came back out and punched them right back in the mouth.
Any other questions for the players before we go? Hop on in there.
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead, Jack.
Last game you guys played at the Hump, but this time you get a chance to, get away from there. How big is that, just to get some experience, playing away from home?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great just to be able to play on the road. And, we got a couple guys from around this way. So just to have a little support system, just to have guys, family members and friends come out and enjoy a game. And it was just exciting. It was a great time. Great event.
Can you guys talk about the whole experience playing in the Barstool Invitational, having it here in Philadelphia?
It was fun. It was a great crowd. It was a better crowd than I thought it would be. The crowd was animated. They was out there cheering. So it was a fun game. They kind of helped us do what we need to do. So it was fun. It was a great experience.
How can you guys build off this experience going into your next game?
I just say just pick up where we left off, keep the momentum going, tweak the little things, go back to the drawing board, make sure we correct the little things like the defensive breakdowns and the turnovers that we had, but just build off this momentum we got.
Thanks, guys. That's Coach Jans. Well, one more and we'll have Coach Jans.
Can you talk about your performance tonight, Totally, about everything you did tonight?
Yeah, I just say it was just my team, just having a great team around me. I had guys like DJ who can make shots, and I got like Cameron Matthews, Eric Reed. Everybody was making shots, so it kind of spread the floor for me. Just kind of like a one-on-one. They couldn't really trap as much, so I just say it was a great part of my team.
He don't want to say it, but he dominated. This is what he wanted to say. This is all he had to say. You know what I'm saying? This is all he had to say.
I ain't want to be so.
Yeah, say dog. Yeah.
We'll see you all Sunday. Thank you. Love Coach Jans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want soda, see?
No, I mean.
I don't know.
Yeah, you take. Yeah, you can.
Oh, big rat.
Cancel the. But you got soda, and I eliminated this, water, I don't have water. I got a little bit left. Zooming right here, yeah, we're zooming right here. Zoom.
Hey, Joel, why don't you go ahead and bat leadoff for us as coach settles in?
Hey, Chris.
Hey there.
Man, I was asking the guys about this, but you guys are, leading basically the whole first half and get into the second half, and then you fall behind by a point there, I guess, with about 16 minutes left. And, some teams might would have got down on themselves and crumbled. You guys kind of took off at that point. From your vantage point, what was kind of the message and what kind of maybe changed and, enabled you guys to really take off and run away with the thing at that point?
Well, it certainly wasn't like the other night when we came out of the halftime and, played really, really well. We were down that game though. Now we found ourselves with an 8-point cushion, and obviously we relaxed and just made some silly plays and allowed them to get back in the game. But I thought that was the best part of the game in the end, was we faced some adversity with the score again. The huddles were good. They were tighter. guys were starting to say the right things to one another about, sticking together and sticking with the plan and, getting it one possession, at a time. And that was a good sign. And I thought the response from the guys that were on the floor once they made that run and we found ourselves down was really, really good. Probably my favorite part of the night.
Joel, if you got a follow-up, go ahead, then we'll go to Paul.
I guess if you could just speak to what Tolu was able to do tonight, 26 points. They came up a couple boards shy of a double-double, but just I guess as you would expect him to be, that leader on the floor for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's established himself down there. He's such a luxury to have to be able to throw the ball in the paint and see how they're going to defend it. We're going to see every post-entry defense that there probably is throughout the year. Some nights, they're going to double them and make him give it up and try to turn them over and make someone else beat you. Other nights, they're going to try to, play a one-on-one depending on, how much belief they have in their other guy that's guarding them. And that'll be the chess match each and every game. We've already seen quite a few different coverages in 2 games, but, he'll get better with passing the ball. He had a couple that were, lollipops across the court that I didn't think ever were going to land, but we're working on it. He's working on it. He knows it's coming. We know it's coming. And as a team, that's a part of who we are, is throwing it in there and playing through him. And we're going to have to adjust to all the coverages that we get.
Paul, hop in there.
Coach, kind of back to what Joel alluded to with the 9-0 run to start the second half. And notice you didn't call a timeout there. And a lot of coaches would have to settle their team down. Kind of take me through that thought process of you, of, I guess, wanting to see your team battle through that.
It's always different. A lot of it just depends on who's on the court. A lot of it depends on the time and score. I mean, next time I might call a timeout. I'm not steadfast and, I have some sort of system that I'm going to go to. It's just the feel thing for me. And the other thing is a media was coming, and sometimes even if a media is coming, it's right to call the timeout. But, I wanted us to weather the storm a little bit. And it's not as if, they were up 8 or 10. It was a 1-point deficit and, there's lots of basketball to be left. But I prefer to let them work it out, to be honest with you, especially earlier in the game. Certainly down the stretch, you got to use them when they're required, but I prefer that. But at the same time, sometimes you got to use them.
Kind of touch on Rams, Davis. Obviously, he didn't start tonight, but he sure fought hard through that game and gave you some production.
What a gutty performance. What a gutty performance. He hasn't practiced since the Corpus Christi game. He actually hurt his ankle early in the second half and didn't tell anybody. We didn't see it. And I didn't see it until I watched the video the next day. He had a pretty awkward fall and he hasn't practiced since. He's been doing rehab a bunch each and every day since we played on Monday. He was going to be a game time decision. Andrew Kegley, our trainer, and Deshaun worked tirelessly to try to get him back to be able to perform on the court. And he gave us a gutty performance. If you watched him closely, he was limping pretty good. I'm nervous about his availability for Sunday, but I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him, the way he played. He kept it in himself. He didn't get sped up. Maybe that ankle injury will help him throughout the year to, kind of, hey, this is a great reminder. Remember how slow you played on offense and how it worked for you, but proud of him. But you brought up a great point. I'm glad you asked about him.
Last question from me. I know it's just 2 games and it's a long season, but DJ Jeffries already seems like a more confident player than what we saw from last year. It's just a matter of him finding that confidence and playing with that confidence, or was there something different that he's doing?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I'm still getting to know him and a lot of the guys. We haven't been together forever and we're still getting to know each other, especially now that the games are upon us. Practice personality as a team and as a coach are one thing. And you get to the games and they're different. And we're going to evolve as we go individually, as relationships with the coaching staff and them, and then collectively, obviously, at the same time. But loved how DJ looked tonight. The only negative was he's got to get more active on the backboards. He's just too long and athletic, and he has got a feel for the game. He just hasn't been rebounding at the level that he needs to and that we expect him to. And hopefully he can get that into the game as well, and that'll really help us.
Jack, you have anything?
Yeah. Coach, I guess just going back to Deshaun, he was someone that didn't shoot all that particularly well last season at Oregon State. And you mentioned in the offseason that you thought he had more in him, and he's shot the ball pretty well these first 2 games. I guess, what have you kind of seen from him so far, shooting wise?
Well, we knew him from junior college. We had recruited him at New Mexico State while he was there, and obviously looked at all of his numbers closely, talked to a bunch of people that had coached him previously. And most importantly, just looking at all the video, it was structurally sound. And for whatever reason, I think last year, he was put in a situation where he had to take a lot of tough shots, and his percentages showed that. They had a tough year last year at Oregon State when he was up there, and I think he took some bad shots. Again, I just think that he's playing with confidence now. He was shooting the ball really well since he's arrived. And like I told everybody in the fall, I really expected him to shoot at a good clip throughout the whole season. He's off to a great start thus far.
And as a team tonight, you guys shot well. You shot 50% from 3.
Yeah, I'm
you think
glad
when
you
you guys
brought that up.
when you guys are shooting well from 3, do you think that opens up other parts of the offense? Do you think that kind of contributed to Tolu getting some more looks down low and things like that?
I would think so. I think everyone's got to pick their poison, and some teams are going to say, hey, I'm going to play 1-on-1, 2s are, better than 3s. And some coaches are going to game plan to, try to shut the inside down. And then we got to pass it around and find an open man and knock him down. We did tonight. We didn't take a ton of them. 14's a pretty low number in this day and age, but I was impressed with the shot selection tonight. I thought it was better than it was on Monday, and hopefully that will continue as well.
Anything else for Coach before we let him go?
Hey, Coach, can you talk about the whole experience playing in the Barstool Invitational here in Philadelphia?
Yeah, it was awesome. Different energy, which I didn't know what to expect. It was a raucous crowd, and they were into it at different times in the game, and I wasn't exactly sure why or what was going on, but I'm sure I'll get filled in on that later. But the environment was cool. The folks that ran it did an excellent job. Obviously we won. I hope they invite us back.
And can you talk about how can you build off this performance going into your next game?
Well, it's a quick turnaround. We're going to fly home late tonight, and we play at 2:00 on Sunday. I'm not sure who decided to play at 2:00, but it's a quick turnaround, and against a team that, most basketball people, will look at it like, oh, that's going to be an easy one. Well, it's not. I mean, if you've been following Pine Bluff, Monday night, they went to TCU in the opener against the top 10, top 15 team and shot a ball with 10 foot at the buzzer, and they lost by 1. If it goes in, one of the biggest upsets in college basketball thus far in the season. So they're going to play with a lot of confidence, and it's going to be a quick turnaround for us, and we'll have to be ready to go.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll see you guys Sunday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Hey, Coach, can you pretend I'm a